are three singer-songwriters who have literally transformed the Canadian music scene. You will recognize Stephen Page, of course, of Bare Naked Ladies fame. Also, we have Amy Skye and the Marc Jordan, singers in their own right, who have written for the likes of Rod Stewart, Olivia Newton-John, Bette Midler, to name but a few. They're here today to share some of their secrets and tips on songwriting success. Please welcome Stephen Page, Amy Skye, Marc Jordan, and tinkling the ivories, we have Mr. Steve MacKinnon. Okay. One of Marc Jordan's biggest hits would have to be The Rhythm of My Heart, which was performed by Rod Stewart. It sounded a little bit like this, you'll recall.
Where the ocean meets the sky, I'm sailing.
Yay!
Thank you, Rod. Well done.
What do you think when you see him? What goes through your mind?
Money.
Money, a cash register, ding, ding.
A charge card just flies through my brain.
Buy the baby clothes, get the house fixed. Thank you, Rod.
Thank you.
Did you have him in mind when you wrote that song for him?
I didn't. My dad used to collect maritime folk songs, and that's what I had in my mind. I wanted to write a kind of an Irish or sounding folk song.
How many people heard it before he heard it? Do you know?
That's a good question. It was recorded by a Dutch Elvis impersonator in 1984. So at least one other person heard it. That's the truth, too.
That's great. Amy's latest song is from Melissa Manchester's current CD. Here's a little bit of If My Heart Had Wings from Amy. Okay.
The highway, how easy love could be. I had nothing to believe in till you believed in. If love is the only answer, then why are we afraid? Let's be like heaven. Fly into the sky and bring back all the love that's missing from our lives. And if my heart had wings, then maybe I could see just where you'll find the faith to love like you love me.
Oh. Amy. Wow. Yeah, a lot of people try to write songs, and you know, some of us sit around with guitars or whatever, and if you had to give, because the lyrics are so wonderful, I mean, they really are beautiful. If you had to give us a tip about writing lyrics, what would it be?
Lead an emotional life.
Lead an emotional life? God,
Yeah.
I'm going to write songs. That's my... I mean, get hurt, fall in love, experience?
If you don't do it yourself, then really plug into the people around you, into what's going on in their lives, and read a lot of books, go to a lot of movies. Just operate on that plane and be moved. And then it'll come out.
Plug into the hell of everybody else's life.
Oh, okay. Well,
and try to live as good as you can.
Now, using that and going to this next song, because if there's one song that characterizes the Bare Naked Ladies, it would have to be this song, which is sure plugged into life. If I had $1 million, right?
Fragrant sachet in your soft drawer. Had $1 million. If I had $1 million, well,
I'd buy you a green dress,
but not a real green dress, that's cruel.
and if I had $1 million,
If I had $1 million,
well, I'd buy you an exotic pet.
yep, like a llama or an emu.
And if I had $1 million,
Shucks, never mind. This song was co-written with Mr. Ed Robertson. Do you like, I mean, it seems to me it's, the catch line here is so many of us walk around going, what would you do if you won $1 million? But no one was clever enough to do it that way.
Well, I mean, the band started as such a reflection on our youth, our early youth, you know, being 8 and 10 years old. I mean, it's changed a lot since then, but a lot of what we talked about was how amazing children are, and that was one of the big fantasies as a kid. You know, what if you lived by yourself? What would you have? And I'd have a house that had like a fireman's pole, and I'd go down to the main floor, and there'd be like all kinds of excellent, like just things you can make your own sandwiches with.
That's cool. Here's a song that Marc wrote. It's on his own CD, and he won a Juno for it. It's called "Waiting for a Miracle."
Look out my window, down this avenue, all of the humans waiting for a miracle. We are parachutes tonight, falling down against the sky.
I don't know if you know this, but if you know, you should. Marc and Amy sing together, do a lot of things together. In fact, they do everything together because they're husband and wife. They even have a child or two now.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
2.
Amy has written a couple songs for the band Heart. Because you write more than one song for the same band, would you say that you kind of, I don't know, you know their style, you have a connection to them or something as a writer?
Yeah, personally and musically, I mean, I was influenced by them before I got to write with them, and then I spent a couple weeks with them in Seattle, living and working with them, and we sort of then both influenced each other. So
here's a little bit of a song that Amy did for them. It's called Cherry Blossom Road, written by Amy.
So blow through wind, take me back to his door. He'll take me in. Yeah, I'll walk away, you walk away. Yeah, I'll walk away.
Amazing, so much talent. Sorry. Stephen, you got a new album coming out with the Bare Naked Ladies. Give us a taste of something that's coming up on it.
Sure. This is a song that I had kicking around in my head for a while. Let me just, can I explain a little bit of it afterwards? So we'll start with the song. First there was me, nothing but time. He came along, but you said that you'd always be mine. Forever, ever mine. I call him liar, you call him son. If I could move, I'd set him on fire and I'd run. Forever, ever mine. I know you must have loved me sometime, but now I'm just a toy. I know you must have loved me sometime, but now I'm just a toy who needs you, a boy to be who needs to be. Better than him, worthy of you, given the chance that he had, I know what I'd do. Forever, ever mine. I know you must have loved me sometime, but now I'm just a toy. I know you must have loved me sometime, but now I'm just a toy. Here's something about the magic of songwriting. I make up songs all the time, and I don't even pay attention to them, and I have to have friends say, why don't you hang on to that? I was walking down the Danforth here in Toronto one night, and I saw a sign outside a restaurant, and it said, barbecued lamb, $10.95, and I started going, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. And so I'm singing a stupid song about barbecued lamb, and that's what the song was for like 6 months, and eventually I put these lyrics in.
From barbecue lamb to boy toy.
Yeah.
There's a wonderful thing that Marc and Amy are involved in. In fact, they started, it's called Bluebird North. Tell them just a little bit about it for songwriters.
Bluebird North is a songwriters showcase that is co-sponsored by the Songwriters Association of Canada, and it's a place for songwriters to perform in a really intimate setting, maybe songs that they've never performed live before, or old familiar songs in an unplugged way.
And it's on the CBC radio on the weekend.
Every Saturday and Sunday
in November.
Sunday,
yeah.
And November 14th, Tuesday in Toronto at the Ultrasound Show Bar.
Okay. Ultrasound Show Bar in Toronto, November the 14th, if you want to get involved. Each of these talented songwriters, of course, have CDs out there. Stephen's Bare Naked Ladies CD, Maybe You Should Drive, doing very well. Another one, Born on a Pirate Ship, expected in February. Marc Jordan, a CD available called Reckless Valentine. And Amy Sky's CD, Cool Rain, is soon to be released. Thank you, guys. That was absolutely wonderful. I really enjoyed it. We'll be right back.
We continue Canadian Fashion Week here on Dini with the designs of Jody.
Now you can own Batman forever on video. The criminal.